Natalie from Person Natalie Music, and we're just doing a brief segment interview with my lovely sister and video producer, Carmen. And we're just going to talk about a little bit about how she comes up with the video ideas for my songs that are compatible with my songs, and she does a great job. So we're just going to have a short little interview with her. So to start with, I'd like to ask you, what in the first place inspired you to begin filming and editing video? What was your inspiration?
I think it's just, as you know, been a passion of mine since I was a little kid. I mean, when Cheryl and Dave got that huge camera, I don't know how old I was, but Rhonda and I would go out, we would have sleepovers there and spend the night in their camper outside and then invent these stories, and in the morning come out and just start filming that and using Amanda when she was like not even a year old shooting that.
Yeah.
And I'm eternally grateful that those videos have since disappeared. But
I'm not. I would have liked to.
But it's just I mean, you're telling a story. It's taking you out of reality, and I think I just always loved that.
Yeah, those are good times. How do you choose locations to shoot a video? Let's talk about that.
Well, I think, as you know, budget's always an issue with us, and so whenever we can film outside and the lighting is ideal, that's when we like to do that. And there's so many beautiful spots out here in California, and sometimes we'll be out taking a hike and see the perfect spot, and it's like, okay, we have to come back here and film.
Yeah, we'll remember that, and we'll head back there, and just little places you wouldn't even think of too, just out of the way places.
Unique spots.
Yes. So what are some of the challenges and struggles you're faced with, either with regard to the actual filming process or with post-production and editing when you're making a video?
Again, it's we're limited. We have to, and it forces you to get very creative because we have a limited budget. We don't have high-end equipment. It's using our phones or, our basic camera, and we film a lot outside for that reason. And the other aspect is the time, because I work full-time and I don't live nearby, so often you have to do the filming because we have to work around other people's schedules that you're fortunate enough, and it makes it more interesting to have other people in the videos. So you have to work around their schedules, and it's like you can't spend hours taking up their time to film. It's like you
have to just go for it.
You do.
You set up the shot as best you can, and, especially you trying to work with what I film. It's like I'm a complete amateur with regard to anything photography or video wise, so you really have a challenge there when you're going through some of the stuff that I do my best, like you said.
Definitely.
Okay. And another thing I wanted to ask you is, what is the most enjoyable aspect for you personally with regard to making a video?
I think, again, it's just that it's a creative outlet. Life is stressful enough and hectic enough, and it takes you out of that reality, and you can make it whatever you want to make it. And you're telling a story, and it's subjective, so not everybody's going to get it. And that's kind of what I enjoy about certain things in videos that I watch or that I see. And I'm thinking, man, what were they smoking when they made that? But it's quirky, and it's their artistic expression, and that's how it is with us too. Not everybody's going to get it. I don't necessarily get every story that you come up with, but I run with it. We go with it. Right, exactly. We kind of, and we bounce ideas off of each other, and you sometimes tell me things like your idea for a song, and I'm thinking I have no clue
where you're going with this.
Right.
Yeah. Out of the two of us, I'm definitely the more abstract thinker.
I think,
and you're straightforward, practical,
Right.
Which is and it's good for both. It's like we have the spectrum, and so we're just kind of, trying to work it out.
Yeah, I think that's why it works, is because you can kind of go out there a ways, and I maybe pull you back, and then you bring me out of that realm where it's like, okay, don't take yourself too seriously, Carmen. We're having fun with this, and let's just go with it.
Let's just go with the mannequin.
Right.
Sci-fi mannequin.
Right. Well, and that I got, when I heard that song, and that's sometimes when you play me your songs, I have an idea in my head about where I'm thinking it can go. And when you played me that song and you had your idea about using a mannequin, I actually that to me made sense because it sounded like just this like sci-fi song. Philip K. Dick. That's immediately what I thought of when I heard it.
A mannequin dressed up like a matador, no less.
Yes, exactly. You know, most people look at that and think, "What the?" You know, but hey,
yeah, I love that.
We had fun.
That was fun. Absolutely. Yeah, and I just love that we've had a lot of talented people help us out when we're doing videos. You know, helping out. You know, volunteering. So I'm really grateful for the friends and acquaintances that have really helped out with my projects, and it's just made it so interesting.
Yeah.
And it's also taken, because it's like I only have one look for. I am not an actress either, so it's like I have the blue steel from Zoolander. You know, Ben Stiller's look in Zoolander. Every shot, you're like, come on, can you give me something more serious? Can you look scared? And it's the same.
Right. We joke about that all the time.
Can't do it.
You know, can't be good at everything.
You suggested taking acting classes. That's not my thing. I don't want to take acting classes.
Right.
So I want to focus on the music. And so you know, that's what I do. And then you do the audio visual, the visual.
Right. I try to, tone it down.
Excellent. All right. So anything that we can expect for up and coming projects? Let's talk about that.
I am currently working in post-production on one of your videos, and it's actually, I love the song. The minute I heard it, it's one of my favorites, and so that should be coming out soon.
Yeah, that's Parachutes and Butterflies she's talking about, and that's the third track from the Gypsy Dance album, which is out on iTunes, but it's a really dramatic song, and so we're trying to make a video that's going to match the cinematic nuances of this song to really make it pop. And it's got fabulous guest musicians on it. And so yeah, it's a great song. So,
and then the other song, and that's another case of some of, I think, the best stuff we've done has been kind of on the fly, like just last minute. And a friend had flown out to visit, and you know, you just had this idea of using her because she's a dancer in the video, and it's like, would you be willing to do this, and let's go out. You guys ran down, got some outfits that you thought would work for the song.
I love her spontaneity too.
Yes, and she went with it. Yeah, she was a good sport, and that's what I think a lot of it's been about, are people not criticizing it. Just when you have an idea, they're supportive, and it's like, okay,
let's go with it. Is this what you're thinking? Or even offering suggestions. How about if we do this? Because a lot of the suggestions we've gotten too, as we're going along, we've really been able to kind of we've been able to incorporate those, and it's made it.
Like Eddie in the Gypsy Dance video.
Our Moroccan style dancer, Eddie, that we got for Gypsy Dance. He was so much fun.
He was.
You know,
and here I'm
all, can you climb up into this random date palm grove out in the middle of nowhere and dance with me? And you don't know me from Adam.
Exactly. He's never met you, but let's meet in a remote area to the three of us, and let's film some video. And he was such a good sport. He dressed the part. He brought his beautiful horse.
Yeah,
and the horse was amazing. Yeah. So that was and that's what it's about too. Is just meeting different people, and you're having fun with it.
And I love the whole, just like with regard to, and I'm sure you feel about this with the video making, is with regard to music making, I just love the whole process of it. It's not necessarily where it ends up, or the destination, but it's just, it's enjoying the whole, you know, while you're in the moment doing it, the focus and everything. So.
And I think that's what it is too, is you have to, when you're feeling creative and in that moment, that's when you have to do it, because I can, you know, get something from you and I have to listen to it for, you know, several times before I kind of have an idea in my head, general idea of where it's going and how I want to edit the clips, everything in there to where, you know, it makes sense. And sometimes I'll do a rough edit and then look back at it and just hate it, redo it. And you're always saying, well, you're a perfectionist, it's not that, it's just, it's subjective, and everybody has a different idea about it, and how I do it would not be how somebody else would. But
absolutely.
You know,
well, that's what's so interesting about it too.
Right.
Is because we all have access to the same equipment, the same software, whether
Yeah.
it's recording or video making software, digital audio workstations, programs that you can get. We all have access to that, but it's what we do with that.
Right.
Our own spin to it. So.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and
You're welcome.
and thanks for watching. This is Natalie and Carmen with Person Natalie Music. Stay tuned for our up and coming video, Parachutes and Butterflies.